Hello. It is January the 7th. Morning has come and gone. It's 2 p.m. Ali, aka B Brook, is going live in 30 minutes. I took my cheat day, how do you say, by the horns or whatever. Like, I took real advantage of it. I might look a little crazy because I feel a little crazy. Instead of writing in my whip today, I decided to go in to the short story which I had written for Mateo, as in Mateo Leon Rodriguez, on AuthorTube for Secret Santa. I've gone over that story many times, and I think today was the last one. It just like a line level thing, smoothing out a bunch of wrinkles. Also, weirdly, I realized that there's one character who pretends to be another person, like with another name. I completely jumbled like the two names that he has in the story, so I had to straighten that out. And yeah, I think I sat doing that for maybe like 4 hours or something, which was not my intention, but I guess this is the kind of work that like draws me in and I get lost in it. But I think now the story really is like in its final form, except for the formatting. I do not know how to format, like especially dialogue and M dashes in English and stuff like that. So I'll have to learn that at some point. I'm not sure if I want to like properly format and lay out the story before I send it to Mateo again. I might though, because the way that I actually, you know how I've been talking about Cynthia this whole time, because she's doing this challenge with me and Leia. She's actually the person who had drawn my name in Secret Santa, and so I got her gift, and it was the best thing since sliced bread, like for real. She made me a mood board. She has this beautiful style of mood board, which is like a collage, but like almost in a physical sense, and it is very whimsical and storybook. I don't know how to describe it, but she made me one of those for the story that she wrote. Like I'm getting the second part at some point. Cynthia, in case you're watching this, do not hurry or feel under pressure or anything, okay? She made a cover which like said the title of the story, and then written by Cynthia something for Tanya, which is the cutest thing ever. And she like laid it out with little like what are those called? Scene stoppers. Like when you have a little illustration in the space of a scene break, like properly made it all look like a book. And she even used this, I don't remember what it's called. I think she said zine, could be wrong, on a website where I could see it in a way where I can flip through the pages. So it's like she went all out. And so I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I layouted it correctly for Mateo as well? But I would have to learn how to do that. And maybe I'm gonna give myself like the weekends to work on frivolous things like those that are not going towards the whip, but rather are like short stories, poems, or whatever. Long story short, I did a lot of writing, but I also avoided writing because I didn't want to have to deal with the difficulty of getting into the draft today. We will also not dilly-dally too long. We're going to draw the prompt of today. Also, guys, I think the videos in the next days might be very short and or very unedited, because I'm like already getting a little bit overwhelmed with how I'm gonna move all of my things to the new apartment, which thankfully is just 15 minutes walking distance from here. But I'm gonna have to make like a few trips with like really heavy luggage and just like push it all over there. And I'm like a little bit overwhelmed with all the things that are laying around everywhere, and like I have to clean and like set everything right again. Nothing to it, gotta do it. Okay, that rhymed. It wasn't even on purpose. Here is today's prompt. It is, wait, no it's not. How did that get in there? That's the old one, or one of the old ones. Also, I'm sitting in front of a window talking to you, where I just realized now that, like, because there's the house and like across the street, anyone were to look over here, they could totally see me do this. But whatever, I'm gonna move away soon. I think I had it upside down. Here we go. I think it's unfocused. Whatever. What could symbolize the theme / lesson / question at the beginning and at the end of the story? Boy. Off the top of my head, because it's about sacrifice and family and history, and there's also this distance between Marta and her family because she fell through time, but she has a very unreliable way back, sort of, which is through her dreams, which is how she fell through the time in the first place. And I have her at some point go back in her dreams and like talk to her brother and have him bring her both a history book or maybe several history books that he can find, and also her grandmother's diary, who has always kind of had a special connection to the ocean and kind of upheld some traditions that are kind of like humans honoring the mermaids, even though not everyone still knows what that is about, but I think she does. And so I don't know what is written in the diary, but I imagine that it's something to do with this story, and it's from someone of her family who is also like, we don't know if she's gonna live very long because she's like in the hospital. That's actually why Marta and her family came to Costa Rica this time around. I changed that. Before it was just for Christmas, but to like be with the grandma in the hospital. And she is like a little bit of a bridge between past and present, and mermaids and humans, and maybe there is some interesting backstory with her as well that connects her more closely to mermaids. Who knows? So I think that could, I don't know, maybe not the lesson necessarily, but like the question or the theme. And I don't know, in the beginning, Marta is in a plane, so she's not with her grandma, so she wouldn't have the diary. But I don't know, it could be interesting if maybe Marta also writes a diary. I don't know if that's something she would do. Maybe it's more like a doodle kind of diary. Like I don't think she would do like proper like lines and like, I can't think of the words, but like tidy writing and stuff. I don't see her doing that, but maybe she would doodle. And the diary is also kind of something that is personal, but like it can last into posterity. Like it's not a history book, but it also records history. And I don't know if she fell through with her diary and it would like sink with her to the ocean floor, and like just like all the ink bleeding out, like all smudging and crumpling and falling apart, like as she's bringing something that is supposed to like could possibly record something of hers into posterity, but she brings it from the future into the past, and there it perishes. That kind of, I feel like that kind of works with the theme. Or maybe it's more of a foreshadowing of the story, itself. And then in the end, maybe like in some way finishes the diary of her grandmother's, like records in it what she wishes that her grandmother still got to do in her life, even as she, in helping to change history, like she's destroying the future in which her grandmother exists at all. This is a good question. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that is my answer. Okay, that was today's video. Oh, I forgot. Did I say that I did not shower yesterday? I did not shower yesterday, just in case you were wondering, but like I had already said yesterday that I wouldn't do the one thing, but I will today. Definitely I will. This is a challenge, Tanya. Let's not get like off track and too loose with the rules, okay? This is that. Thank you so much for being here, for cheering me on in this challenge, for participating in the challenge if you do. I hope your writing is going well, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.